Welcome to the Chicago Gold and Silver Meetup Club. This is Nielski here doing our very first ever educational video. First of all, the picture you see here is from iStock.com and we're thinking of using it as a group logo. Nothing official yet, but I definitely do not want to take credit for the photo. Anyways, for more information about our organization, you can find us by doing a search on Meetup.com. Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest reasons why I'm speaking here today. One of the biggest reasons why we're here is that we can all sense something is wrong. We all know that something is happening in America. Gas prices are rising, food prices are rising, unemployment still remains high, there's people without jobs, the economy is not humming. And people are worried. They're worried about the future. They're worried whether the government can deliver on the promises that it's given us. Are we going to get Social Security? Are we going to get health care benefits after we retire? And if you're a government employee, will your pensions be paid? These are all symptoms of an America that's facing a calamity that, if not addressed soon, will get us into an even more dire situation. So the question I'm going to ask everyone is, why are we in this situation? How did America get to this point? That is a very long and detailed answer to that, to address that situation. But in this video, I'm going to show you what I learned from Michael Maloney and Michael Dillard. These two are two out-of-the-box economists, private economists that frankly the mainstream financial institutions do not want you to hear. Why? Because I think they speak the truth, and the truth that they speak is not liked by the mainstream financial institutions. So I'm going to talk to you about something I learned from them. Michael Maloney in his recent book and Michael Dillard in some of his recent YouTube videos, they talk about the 7-stage life cycle. And every major empire in recorded history, from the Romans to president, goes through a 7-stage life cycle, which you can track through its monetary history. So here's the stages of this life cycle. In the first stage, it is good money. In this stage, the empire starts out with good money. That is, the empire has money that is backed by something of value. Usually it is gold or silver. The currency that they have or make can be turned in for something that is worth something. Okay? So after that stage, the empire starts growing, and we go into what I call the second stage. The second stage is social progress. At this stage, the empire is really humming along. The economy is going strong. People are fed. People are satisfied. People are working. But then politicians come up with an idea. They say, hey, wait a minute. Why don't we start redistributing wealth? Why don't we give more give more to its citizens, through entitlement programs, welfare programs, healthcare programs, whatever that may be. In the third stage, what I call is the military stage. In addition to social programs and progress, the empire decides that, hey, we have enough money, why don't we start building a greater military? So at this stage, the empire starts building a military. And that's when we go to stage 4. The military spending eventually goes up. At this stage, the empire decides to use its military. They say, hey, wait a minute, now that we have a military, why don't we go use it? And unfortunately, military spending in wars is one of the most expensive ways that a country can spend its money. So in this case, military spending goes up. Now, in the next stage, what I call the off-gold stage, the empire has to pay for its military spending. It has to pay for its social progress. So how can they do that? They can't just conjure up real money, real gold and silver. So politicians and decision makers at this point come up with a solution to that. So they come up with a solution, and their solution is to form some kind of fiat currency, or that is basically just currency not backed by anything. That's currency that they can use to fund its military, to fund its social progress. And at that stage, following that stage, the next stage is stage 6, is inflation. At that point, as you know, money can't and gold cannot appear out of anywhere. So what happens with all this new money supply out in the market? There's inflation that comes up. Inflation comes up, and that's when you see the symptoms of that are rising prices, rising food, rising gasoline, or whatever case they're using. And at that point, if inflation goes too high, we go into stage 7, and that's when the currency dies. At that point, the fiat currency that was built in stage 5 basically becomes kaput. It dies, and that's a result of it not being worth anything, because it's not backed by any type of real gold or any type of commodity or anything of value. Now, that's my real quick introduction to the 7-stage life cycle that every empire goes through. Now, if you think that this is some kind of doomsday scenario or conspiracy theory, then I really think you're wrong. This has already happened in 30 different countries in the last 100 years alone, according to Mike Dillard. And twice in the United States history, it's even happened. And according to Dillard, it's going to happen again. But I am going to leave with an optimistic thought. The good news is that we're not. It hasn't happened already. I mean, we are. I think the United States is in between stage 6 and stage 7 right now. We do have some time. The inflation is rising. Gas prices are rising. Food prices are rising. Prices are rising everywhere. And the good news is that we still have time to prepare. But now, what that preparation is, I'm going to leave that conversation to another video. So look out for more videos, and I'll talk to you next time. So, borrowing a phrase from Michael Maloney, the free market always wins. So Nielski here, and like I said, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.